Well, back from lunch, and I think what we're going to do the rest of this afternoon is finish up those cabinets that go under that stairwell. So, where are we at? That's hard to say. Where are we at? Let's go for a walk. Right here. I think what we're going to do first, I got the, as you can see, I got the trim on both of these here. I'm going to finish sanding this up. I talked to the homeowner this morning. He wants me to leave these outside edges here just eased, like about an eighth of an inch radius, just so they're eased off. He doesn't want the OG that I was talking about putting on with the router. That's fine. Everybody has different tastes, so I said, cool, we'll do that. So I'm gonna get a sander going here, and let's get going. I can crack the window a little bit today. I think it's 42 degrees. Nice. I think I need to turn on the air compressor. My sander's running out of power. It's nice when you're sanding. The experienced guys know all about this, but if you're at home, inexperienced, put a pad down on your table. It keeps this thing from vibrating all around. Just it works really good, and it sits pretty stable. Beautiful, beautiful. I had most of the sanding done yesterday, probably 90%, 95% of it. So what I did here, did a little, just right now, was just a few touch-up areas. Go around and kind of finalize it on both of these. But I believe next, you can see I got the shelf pin holes. You can see that there. I drilled them out yesterday, so we can have 1, 2, 3 shelves, 2 shelves there, 5 shelves total, one in. And we got that stock over there near the big saw. So I believe what I'm going to do next is put the backs in. We'll lay it on the pad here, nothing gets damaged. And I've got the backs cut out already. I cut them out this morning, so I'd have that part out of the way. Takes a little time and finesse, being that we're dealing with some different angles here. Nothing's on a true angle, so sometimes you gotta rough these out and then kind of scribe them a little bit here and there and scribe it to get it to drop into the cabinet. So this one should be ready to go. Should be. There, just like that. Now you can see why we rabbet the backs of your jambs for the back. It drops in that 1/4 inch, 3/16. Now it's all flush. If you were buying a cabinet similar to this from box store or online or something, most likely this back would overlay right on the outside of this cabinet. And you don't do that. You don't do that. So anyway, I'm going to turn this fan off. And I'm going to grab a few nails here. I don't hand nail backs in very often, but this one here, I don't want to take the chance of a nail blowing, going out and going into the cabinet. So we're going to pilot these nails with a small drill bit, and we're going to use these little nails here if I head on like that, and tack it in. Won't take much to tack it in. So got a drill here, got a hammer, kind of like the old-fashioned way we used to do it years ago. Hello, guys. What are you building? We're building some cabinets for under a stairwell in a guest bedroom. So if you've been following along on our live videos the last 2 days, if you need to get caught up on it, go back to them and check them out. It's a pretty interesting build, but we got to find a drill bit here now. I think I got it. Not that drawer. Okay. What do you think? You think I have enough router bits? This is the bit that I was looking for, right there. Yeah, off subject here. I got router bits that do just about anything and everything. They're down here, down here, here. All the collets for the different types of routers that I use. Bearings down here. Yeah, that's my pride and joy there. When I can open up this drawer, I wish it was a little bit neater for you, but I will take time in the future here and really go through my drawers and get these things organized the way they should be. But I did do one organizing thing the other day, though. Look at the top of this cabinet. Isn't that nice? All cleared off. Back there is the next one. We'll have to get that one organized, but that looks a lot nicer. I like that look. But we got our drill bit. Let's head back. I was trying to set this up for a horizontal film again, but for some reason I cannot figure out. I've hit more buttons on my iPhone to get this camera to switch. Can't figure it out. So if you got any tips, send me some messages of how to tip that iPhone. I'll rotate it, but then it won't operate that way for live. It's always got to be vertical. I don't know why. But anyway, let's get back at it here. I'm just going to hit it a few times. Like I said, normally I never do this, but for this occasion here, I just don't want to take the chance of a nail blowing out on the inside of the cabinet, especially. So this is the safe way to do it. Be real gentle with this little drill bit because it can break off pretty easily. And you can see I'm kind of angled it so the nail can go down in on an angle. Well, I was checking this morning on our viewers. It's really exciting. Canada is viewing, Australia, Germany, Mexico, United Kingdom, Australia. Hi to all you guys. I really appreciate you tuning in. It's just so cool. Should have been doing this 10 years ago. I could have showed you so much more, but I've got lots planned here coming up. And I've got 2 or 3 other projects I've already filmed, but I need to get with my videographer and have him put these together and put out the correct thumbnail for it. I'm trying to learn it at this time, but it's a huge learning curve, video editing, if you know what I mean. But it's another challenge, you know. I like challenges, but it is a challenge, video editing, let me tell you. Especially for this old cat. If I was 20, 30 years younger, I'd probably pick it up really fast, but all these nails are stuck together there. But this day and age, yeah, it just takes a little more work to learn that stuff. And you probably noticed in some of the past videos, I hit a deer about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, with my new truck. Well, not a new truck, it's a 21 or 22, but it's new to me. So the body shop guy got a hold of me yesterday, and it might be done tomorrow. So I'll finally have a truck again. My insurance company gave me a rental car, which I really appreciate. Erie Insurance was my insurance company, Erie, on the East Coast, I believe they're out of. Really a good company. Really a good company. Rental car, no charge. So I've been getting by, running to the lumberyard every now and then, picking up odds and ends of a car. But it worked. It worked. Then a few days ago, I was filming a live feed, and I got a phone call while we were filming, and it turned the audio off. So that's what happened on that one. Now I know which button to hit, where I can stop the incoming calls. And so right now I've got that button hit, that little half moon thing on an iPhone, looks like a moon just coming out of the sky. I hit that button, so any phone calls that come in now, shouldn't have any issues. Shouldn't have. So I'm crossing my fingers. There. We got our back in. And we'll do this one here. Nice. The homeowner was watching yesterday's live feed, and he really enjoyed watching his cabinets being built. And I agree with him. That's got to be pretty cool to see your cabinets getting built in a small shop. Let's build. There. Nice, nice clean interior. Nice and clean. So, okay, backs are in. I'm gonna put this drill bit back before I lose it. It's so tiny. It's really, really, really tiny. What, a 16th of an inch, that's all it is. Yeah, let's go for a walk here and put it back where it belongs. Ravaros 516 said hi. Hello, hello. That's the drawer we're looking for. I'm going to set that bit right there. So, a little closer look. All them router bits have a specific job to do when you put it in the router. There's a plan for all of it. There's a few big boring bits here too for drilling. T-molding slot cutters like this one here. That's for putting T-molding in. Um, yeah, and it did cost a little bit money. You know that. This tools aren't cheap, that's for sure. But okay, well, oh, routers. I should show you all my routers. Good grief. I've got a ton of them. We're getting off track here now a little bit. I think we have, okay, we got 2 routers down there. What do we got down here? Here we got 3 more routers in that cabinet. We use all of them. Nothing here. Down here. Down here we have 2 more. That great big one there. I'll show you that someday. It's a corner rounding uh, bit for countertops to make a radius turn. That's what that big router is for. I think I got 2 of those. Down here. Oh, just nails and screws there. But we got some more over here too, I think. It says routers on the door here. Oh yeah. There's the big plunge router on the left. Another router there for an OG bit set up already. I think there's some more here too. We use all these over the years. Oops, if I can get my camera in here for you. Yeah, there's a couple more down there yet. So, a wood shop, you need routers. If you're going to do plastic laminate, you really need routers. Oh, we got 2 more up here too. We'll be diving into those next week, using them. But yeah, wood shop takes a lot of tools, but if you're just starting out, just buy the bare minimum to get by. Well, let's see. I got off track there. We need to cut some shelves. So let's see what we got to cut them at. We're going to try 11 and 11/16. All right. I need to get this little guy turned here. I'll cut a sample one first. Yep, that'll work. I'm going to cut 3 of these, I believe, total. And then try 10 inches for the next one. This saw, you gotta wait till the blade stops because it doesn't have a brake on it like most do. It's an older saw, but geez, it works so nice, but just gotta be careful. Okay, what did I say, 10 1/4? Thought that's what I said. Let's try 10. I think 10 would be better. One more. That nice? Beautiful cut. Veneer core plywood. You know how that can sliver underneath, but even with my number one blade that I love using, this rip blade, but it's got a new plug there, so having a new plug on top tightens up that gap around the blade and no chipping at all. Love it. Now, we got to cut. They're a little bit too deep yet. We got to trim that. Let's see what we need here. Go 10 3/4. Beautiful. Alrighty. Alrighty. Well, let's see. What should we do next here? Here's the shelves that'll go in. That'll be the top one. That'll go like that. That one goes there. I think it's time to do a test with our template. Let me turn off this phase converter over here. Yeah, let's see. I think I'll grab this cabinet here with the camera and we'll go for a little walk here. Let's see how that angle is for you. I think that'll work. Check it out here again. Yeah, I better back up a little bit. You can get a better view. There. I'm going to grab the other cab. That's really close, I think, how it's got to be. Check it out here again. Yeah. Well, let's grab the template and cross my fingers. Everything worked out. So if you've been following along, I made a video on site down at the home here. Oh, it's one of the videos that goes back maybe 2, 3, 4 days from now. And it shows how I was cutting this out on the wall. But so let's see. Just like that. Here's our drawing. Here's our drawing. You can see the shape of the wall there. And there's the 2 holes there. I'd say we scored a A++. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You got plenty of overlap from where, the cutout is. So it worked. Going down there, putting this on the wall, I tacked it on, and then I took a saw and cut out the holes out of this sheet of cardboard and brought it back to the shop. And look how nice this line is. This line is perfectly straight, perfectly uniform all the way down. That's what I was worried about more than anything. How am I going to get that to line up? So now it should be really easy for the homeowner to, you might have to build something up on the floor. There's a concrete floor in there. You might have to put like a piece of 3/4 inch plywood down or something first, because this template here went down to the carpet that was in the bedroom. So he'll probably have to do that, and maybe not. I don't know. He'll find that out as he gets to set these in place. And he can drill holes through here first, like a 6 or an 8 penny nail, finish nail, or a nail gun. He might have a nail gun too. And he can nail this right into the wall where the studs are. And if he had to, he could tack it this way into that 2x4 that's behind this here and behind here, just to hold it more firmly in place yet. Either way, the homeowners, I know he's talented, and I know he'll have no issue at all installing these. Just takes it slow and, takes it slow. But, gosh, I love that. I love that. So cool when the plan comes together, right to the end. I'll grab a couple shelves once, set it in there. I think this is so one shelf will sit like right there. Kind of a cool spot. One can be here, can be there, and it can be there. Same with this one here. Can be one down here. Or if he wants more holes, he can drill two. One there, about there. So, yeah, I gotta sand these up yet. That'd be the very last thing I have to do really on this. Otherwise, it's ready to go. And the homeowner can put a primer on it and then paint it out in white. And you'll have a completed guest room bedroom. So, okay, so we got that all under control. Let's see, what's next? Let's set these shelves down over here. So I'll sand those up a little later. One other thing we have to do here is get the laminate out of that big box right back there. We need to get that laminate out, and we're going to unroll it on top of this pile back here. So I am going to clear that off. Let's see, where am I going to put everything? That's the next thing. Well, we'll just move this stuff over here for now. That kitchen down south, we have to head down there one more time and measure up for a few more doors the homeowner wants. And I got a couple smaller pulls that's got to go on 2 cabinet doors. Small shop, you always run out of places to put stuff. But we're getting it. Okay. Well, I think we're going to move this stuff over there so I can have a little more room to work with that big box. God, I like that. That is nice. Alrighty. Well, let's see. Pretty nice workbench there, isn't it? It's just the right height, too. Now we're going to cover it up. Yeah, we need a Stanley knife. This will be our next project, starting next week. Plastic laminate frameless cabinets. We've been doing them for 40 years, a lot of them. That was my bread and butter for many, many, many years. Plastic laminate frameless cabinets for dental clinics, convenience stores, banks, medical clinics. That's why I've always did both residential and commercial. So if you're just getting going in this business, get tuned up good for both. You'll always be busy. But we got to get this thing isn't light, and there's no help here. So we got to get. I wish I could save the box, but sometimes we can tighten this coil up and slip them out this way, but it takes one more guy in the other end holding that end of the box and I could pull it out. But being I'm solo, that'd be a nickname, Solo or something. Maybe not. But anyway, we're going to cut it open. We'll get it. It becomes a wrestling match sometimes with this laminate. Typically, I have a lot of 5x12 sheets. That's 5 foot wide and 12 foot long sheets. That's big. And one guy, you pick it up in the middle, hold it over your head, balance it here, you carry it over to the saw and rip it off. But these are only 4x8, so these are baby ones here. These are the babies. Okay, we're gonna slide it down a little bit. Here we go. That's the countertop color. Beautiful. Love it. We'll roll it back this way again. Kind of keep it organized here. This is going to be the cabinet color, the wood grain color. This is, for this dental clinic, I think this is our third or fourth phase of building cabinets for it. It's a big, big clinic. 2, 3 doctors, the staff, there must be 20 to 25 people working in this dental clinic. So I think when we first did the first phase, when he built, was maybe 4 years ago. So every year, the doctor has been ordering more cabinets to finish out more rooms. And a tremendous, nice guy. 2 doctors down there that I know for sure that are there. Wonderful guys to be around. Just quality, quality. When I go down to install, well, it'll be probably 3, 4 weeks yet. 3 weeks probably, at least. When I go down to install, I'll shoot a video of the install, but I'll also shoot a video of the of what I built down there. And this building is just gorgeous. Really, really nice. But a lot of our bank jobs over the years, teller lines, all the offices, everything's out of PLAN. And like I was saying yesterday, this is post form, not standard grade. Standard grade sticker, but it's way more expensive. We use this 99% of the time. A lot of guys in my field will order vertical grade laminate. It's really thin. Yeah, you can buy it. It's less expensive, but it's so easy to crack because the sheets are so thin. You pick it up, and if you get a kink or something in it, you'll get a crack. Well, then you spoil that whole sheet. So post form I love. Post form's the best in my eyes. So we don't break any sheets typically at all, unless, somebody was really careless picking it up the wrong way sort of thing. But yeah, there's vertical grade, post form, and standard grade. Standard grade, nobody really buys it anymore, that I know of anyway. You really don't need it. So anyway, and when I say vertical grade, I'll just touch on that a little bit more. Vertical grade is for vertical grade on the fronts of your cabinets. Vertical. That's also where it's a cost saver, and that's where your cabinets don't take abuse. This is countertop, post form countertops. It's probably the same stuff they use on your typical post form countertop from the lumber yard with the rolled edges. But yeah, so we've got that unrolled. We've got all our melamine here. I've got my 1-inch melamine over here standing up for the countertops because they're going to be 1-inch thick countertops. We got that. Here's our 1/2-inch melamine here for drawers, drawer bottoms, and backs of cabinets. And here's our 3/4-inch melamine for all the jambs and the bottoms and partitions of the cabinets. No upper cabinets going in with this phase. Everything's base cabinets. So yeah, it's fun in like this business. See, we pulled out of the residential build type things. Now we're going commercial, and that's what I've always enjoyed in my career. You never get bored. There's always something different. Either you're bidding for it or your customer just calls and orders it. But residential, I love. Commercial, I love. Even like I said yesterday, I believe later on this year, I'm going to start doing some of these little tiny specialty jewelry boxes. And I used to do quite a few of them years and years ago. They're fun to tinker with and build. So other than that, you're going to see that big machine here next week in action. That's going to be our press roller, where I spray the glue on the backs of these and on the melamine. Then we run it through that machine there, and that rolls it down. Years ago, I'll show you what we had to do. You had to roll it by hand. Years ago, you had to take a J roller. This is what they call a J roller. Right here. And what it is, say we're sick in this, you come back, and you got to roll it down all the way across, and then you come back the opposite way and go like this. And you got to tell your employees you need 30 pounds of pressure holding here down. A lot of employees will take the shortcut. They make it look like they're pushing, but they're just, kind of lollygagging along here. And if you're not coming out with some bloody fingers and knuckles, you're not rolling hard enough. I always told them, you got to roll harder. So here's another J roller. It gives you a little more leverage. It's a little longer this way and kind of curved, where you can see me here. You can really get some pressure down now when you're rolling. So we still use these now and then when we will have some finished ends or finished bottoms of wall cabinets. We'll spray those last after the cabinets are built, and we'll spray and stick and roll them down. So still use these all the time, but the bulk of our layups are sprayed, pushed through the press roller, come out, and then it goes to the panel saw. So that's kind of how the frameless area works. But I think I'll end the video here. We've got those cabinets all under control. I'm going to sand those shelves up, and I'll end the live feed here. I think this went pretty smooth. I was looking for questions, and I'm not seeing. Whoops. Hopefully everything, the audio is good. I think it was. But if I ever go live and if the audio isn't good, let me know. I'll go stop. So that tracking camera I bought, it isn't the best. It just doesn't accurately follow me around like it's supposed to. I suppose I'd have to spend, $300-400 on a decent camera that would track me in the shop here. But so for now, I'm going to go this route right here. I know this works. So, but thanks for watching. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday already. Yeah. So cool. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for tuning in. Share it to your friends. Subscribe. We need more subscribers. Let's go.